Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a Lenovo ThinkPad E14 model. And in today's video I'm gonna go over how you can open it up and clean up the fan system, the heatsink, and repaste your laptop. If yours is running a little bit hot and you feel like it's extremely hot and just temperatures are rising, then you want to replace the thermal paste. You should be doing your own servicing every year and a half, depending how many hours a day you use. If you are using 5 to 6 hours a day, I would recommend you every 12 months to replace your thermal paste if you want to have it on really good performance level. By replacing the thermal paste and servicing, you're not going to change any configuration in the system or anything like that. It's totally safe, and there's nothing else to do after that in the Windows. Alright, let's power off and let's get it started. I'm going to go over the tools that I'll be using. Tool number one, and very important one, is a workshop towel. Do not use microfiber or any other thing. Use the workshop towel. These are one of the best towels to use on motherboards, as they do not damage the capacitors, any component on the board, as it will rip before it can damage anything. You need an alcohol, isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol, 99% plus. Do not use anything under 95. So I recommend 99 plus. And you need a screwdriver set. I'll be using an UFIXTEK screwdriver set, as these are one of the best screwdrivers out there. We are going to be using a Phillips number 1 from this tool set. If you get the Pro set, they will include you with an opening tools and tweezers. And if not, grab yourself a guitar pick. A metallic guitar picks are suitable to opening cases and covers. Really good thing to have, a tweezers, a curved or straight tweezers is a good thing to have. Old or new toothbrush to clean up the fan system. And most importantly, you need a good thermal paste. You can go with overkill and overboard with a thermal grizzly coir knot. These are one of the best thermal paste out there. I'll leave the link in the video description. But if you want to go commercial and it's still good, go with an Arctic MX4, as this client wants the Arctic MX4. And the type of thermal paste you use, up to you, but I'll recommend Arctic MX4 or MX5, or top of the line, which will be the thermal grizzly coir knot. All right, with all this ready, we're gonna go ahead and remove the cover and get it started. So under the laptop, you're gonna see a whole bunch of screws. All the screws, they have a little C-lock on the other side, so the screws will not come out entirely. So don't try 5 minutes twisting and twisting, because the screw will not come out. So pretty much all you have to do is to twist the screw until it's loosened and leave it there. Do this to all the screws all around. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. All right, now that we released all the screws, we are going to grab our opening tool. We're going to stick it between the bottom cover and the palm rest right there. And we're going to twist it around, and we're going to feel the palm rest getting separated. So once we do that, we're going to put our fingers right there, and we're going to work around towards the back, to the sides, and I'm going to do this side too while I'm in there already. So as long as you do the front and a little bit of the sides, now you want to put your fingers like that, and you just want to push the palm rest a little bit hard. Then you're going to hear that click sound. That's the clip in the middle of the plastic right there. And now you're going to see that it's opening 45-degree easy, but there's a little tension coming at the back side. So you want to put your finger right on the cover, and then put your thumb in here and lift up this shield, this bottom cover, and bring it up. The hook that we released with the pressure, it was this hook right in here that holds from the battery screw right in here. All right, now this is a bottom cover. This is a pretty much clean laptop. You can take it outside and just clean it up and blow some air to this vent system mesh right here. All right, then right away we can see the fan system, the battery. First, we want to disconnect the battery by pulling this plastic tape, or I think it's a gaffer's tape. Hold it and pull it back evenly, and you can release the battery. Now, we need to release this bridge cable right away here. You want to lift up this cover right here, 90-degree upward, just like that. And then you want to pull this flex cable back and untangle it right through there, bring it to side. You can also disconnect it from this end. Just remember which end goes where. Put it to one side. Now you're going to disconnect the fan cable right in here. I don't like yanking on the cables. You can put your fingernails at the side of the jack and then pull it back, or use a tweezers on here and then wiggle it around and release the jack right there. You want to untangle the Wi-Fi cable, just lift them upward towards the ceiling and untangle it around the fan, bring it to one side. Don't worry about the orientation, which color of the Wi-Fi cable goes to which one, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they are just cables with an antenna. One of them is for Bluetooth and one of them is for the Wi-Fi. So they both do the same job. All right. Now we're gonna grab our screwdriver set, a screwdriver, and we're gonna remove 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 screws on the heat sink. Again, the screws have a little C-lock, so just loosen them up. Once you remove those, now you're gonna remove 1, 2, 3 screws on the fan. Okay, once we have that one, you don't want to yank it up from here. You want to grab it from the middle and the sides and bring it up gently like that, because the thermal paste is holding it down. So wiggle it around and it should come out pretty easy. And there we have it. The thermal pads on these ones are, this is a 0.5 millimeter thermal pad, 0.5 millimeters on this component and 1 millimeters in here. And this is a 0.5. So 0.5 on the GPU and 1 millimeters on the power regulators right in here. But honestly, you don't need to replace the thermal pads in here or thermal pads at all. Just, we're gonna clean up the thermal paste. Right. To clean up the thermal paste, again, you can take it outside and clean up the fan system in here. You have to hold it down with a toothbrush, just go ahead and clean it and blow some air through here so the dust comes out from here. Okay? Now, to clean it up, we're gonna rip a little bit of the workshop towel, grab the alcohol, soak it in, and scoop the excess of the thermal paste over the CPU. Now, you might ask why there's a 2 separate die on here. I'll explain that in a second. Now we're gonna clean up the GPU. As long as you clean the crystal die on the CPU, GPU, you're more than fine. You don't have to go crazy around it. Now we're gonna take the same towel and clean the excess of the thermal paste in here. Now, the reason that there's a 2 dies on the CPU crystals, this is a CPU portion, and this is a chip called ECH chip. This is a Southbridge chip, also known. This one, it works for the file transfer and everything else. It goes through here. Before, years ago, they used to have this one. Still, they use it in some models. These chips away from the CPU in other location. Now they just bring it closer to the CPU. You get a little better performance and you save a lot of money to not printing another circuit board. So that's why there's a 2 chip in here. So we're gonna put 1 drop on the CPU die, nice amount, and 1 on the secondary die, and 1 nice drop on the GPU. 1 drop goes all the way, it goes long way. So don't worry about, don't put little, just put fair amount of the paste. Okay. Now you want to bring the heatsink down, run the cable for the Wi-Fi in here, make sure it goes underneath. Once you bring it down, you don't want to lift it up again, just leave it there and hold it down and screw it down. Make sure you cross screw them, do not go round and round, do like that and then go the way you want it. As long as you do these ones first, doesn't matter the rest how you do it. They do have a lot of tiny numbers on them, but it's not necessary as long as you cross screw them. And screw the fan right on the board. There we go. Connect the fan cable, push it down towards the jack. Bring this cable connectors right through here. You can loosen up this screw because the fan has to go, the cables has to go under this plastic right there. Run the cable alongside the fan, up, down, left, and right. And once you bring it here, you want to connect the cables. You just push them down towards on top of the connector. And they make a tiny, tiny click. That's when you know it's in place. I have big, clumsy fingers, so there you go. Once you have it in there, and you're fine, ready to go. Grab the bridge cable, open up the lock, slide it down in 45-degree angle right inside, close it down, tangle the cable, open up the lock in this side, bring it down in 45, set it down, lock it down, and put the cable right in there. If you have disconnected the battery, I hope you did, just push it down straight, flat in. Don't go sideways, it's very important. And once you're done with that, all you need to do is to put the bottom cover on top, squeeze down the sides, and tighten up the screws right over. I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out. If you have any question or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.